and welcome to Take20. I'm Trey Duke, the Director of Schools for Murfreesboro City Schools.
Hey, and I'm Adam Bryson. I'm principal at John Pittard Elementary School.
Mr. Bryson, you're not Miss Johnson, who's usually with us, but we're so glad to have you with us today.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, today we are working on a few parent hacks, if you will. Those quick things that you can do at home to increase your child's vocabulary, their imagination, and well, maybe even their test score.
Dr. Duke, do you ever find yourself getting lost in social media reels, looking for advice that you didn't know you needed?
Well, that's what today's show is all about, giving our parents some advice, ways to help children learn through games, through music, and other words of wisdom from our school professionals, or as we like to call them, our teachers.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's get started with a music duo from Scales Elementary.
Hey, Ryan!
What's up, Tony? What you singing?
Well, I got this song stuck in my head. It's about the days of the week.
Yeah, the days of the week. I've been struggling with that.
You've been struggling learning your days of the week?
Yes. It's like I get them out of order and I forget certain days.
My friend, do I have a treat for you?
Oh, great.
So today happens to be Tuesday.
Okay.
And our song starts like this. Today is Tuesday, 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 Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday, tomorrow will be Wednesday. But today is Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we start again.
I think I can do it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then we start again.
That was fantastic! I knew you'd get it!
Thanks, man. You know, the thing about music is it really helps you with learning things you're struggling with. For instance, I have a song that I committed to memory for the months of the year.
Would you please share it?
It goes like this. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year.
And what a catchy melody. You know, parents, memory and music are linked. If your student is struggling to learn something at school, try putting those facts to a song to help it stick to their brain. You could use a melody like Mary Had a Little Lamb,
London Bridge is falling down,
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or you could even write your own.
Wow, now that tune is in my head.
And whether you use their rendition or another common song, music and memorization go hand in hand.
And I believe that's why we all know our ABCs, through song.
So music and memorization go together just like, well, math and cards. So let's go to our queen of math, Miss Cindy Klisch, for a few quick card games that every household should be playing.
Hey there, let's talk a little math today. Everyone's favorite subject, at least mine. So I want you to think about your children are in school during the day working on math with their teacher. How can you bring that home? How can you have this daily math talks? So I want you to think back to when you were a child. What games did you play that really promoted mathematical language, mathematical thinking? And I have a feeling all of you played a little compare when you were growing up. And let me remind you of that game. Okay, so this is how we play compare, or when you were a child, you might have called it war. So each child would have their stack of cards. They would turn one over, and they would compare which one was the greater. 6 is greater than 3. This child would get to keep those cards, and they would go to the next one. But let's think about if you have an older student. Let's think 2-digit numbers. So they would flip over 2, and they would make the largest 2-digit number they could. 73 is less than 99, so this child would get to keep it. I just want to let you know you could even do 3-digit numbers the same way. And then, how many of you played Pyramid Solitaire as a child? One of my favorite games. So if you haven't, let's just talk about it a little bit. You're making a pyramid. You start with 1 card, then 2 cards, and you can see I took out the face cards because I'm thinking we might be working on fluency up to 10. So we're going to think which 2 cards, when we put them together, make 10. Well, look at this row. We've got a 10 here. We know a 10 here. There we have it. Do we have any other cards that make 10? We have a 9 and a 1 that make 10. Now, we're out, right? I can't make any more 10s here, so I have this stack. I get to go through it one time one card over at a time to try to make 10. The idea of this game is to remove the whole pyramid. But there's other ways to get that math talk at home. Let's think about when the kids are doing some chores. You might ask them, how many minutes do you think it would take to clean up your room? And then actually time it and think about that idea of time. Another way is to think about, it's 8 o'clock, you're going to bed at 8:30. How many minutes till you go to bed? We're starting the cookies at 7 o'clock. They're going to be finished in 15 minutes. How many minutes would that be? What will be on the clock? Another way to think about that math talk is in the car. So you're driving along and you see a license plate. You might ask your child, what math fact is in that license plate? They might see like a 2 and a 3, we add it together to make a 5. They might see 5 and 3 and say 8 minus 5 is 3. Or you can give them a target number. So let's look at license plates. How can we make a 20 for younger students, for older students? How can we make 100? These are some examples of how we can get daily math talks at home with your children. So I challenge you this week, think about that opportunity at your house where you can start incorporating some daily math talks.
Dr. Duke, family game nights are a staple at my house. My 3 children love playing them, and we've learned card games can teach math and memory skills, as well as strategic thinking.
Absolutely, and games are a great way to create conversation and to strengthen skills like following rules.
However, getting outside and using your imagination is a great way to improve your self-confidence.
It's so true. Art projects help with motor skills, with risk-taking, and with inventiveness. So let's move to Northfield and get a glimpse at creating art projects from everyday items.
Hello parents, my name is Rachel Davenport. I'm the art teacher here at Northfield Elementary, and today I am here to talk to you about how to begin an art project. I have 4 kids of my own at home, so I know sometimes you need a little bit of quiet time, and I'm here to share with you about how I get students and my own kids to start creating at home and in the classroom. We always start with an idea. At school, we have our own sketchbooks. I also have little drawing papers at home for my kids, but I always encourage them to put their ideas down before they start creating. So just do a little quick drawing of maybe what you want to make. I talk to my kids about what artists make. Artists create things that they see, so from observation. Maybe you want to go outside and look at things that you see outside, trees or flowers. Things in nature are great things to create with your kids. You can also take things from nature and create with them. Leaves and flower petals, things like that you can glue down. Artists draw things that they remember. So maybe you have gone on vacation and you went to the beach, and you could have them recreate that at home using different materials. Artists draw things that they imagine. Now this one can get pretty creative. Maybe you have a mermaid fan at your house, like I do. Or of course, unicorns. Unicorns are very popular. Things that they imagine. Sometimes artists just want to create and they don't know what to create. And that's okay. Sometimes artists just make marks using different materials just for fun. So there are lots of different ways that artists create. So just get down with your kids or just lay the materials out and let them create. It's a great way to keep them off of the screens and engaged. A little bit of glue here and there. Maybe a little bit of glitter if you're really super brave, but maybe not. But yeah, just get creating with your kids and have fun.
I've been told there's nothing more fun than some glue and glitter, unless you're the one having to clean it up.
Well, that may be true, but you know when I said earlier that games are a great way to create conversation? Well, they are also a great way to learn to read and to spell.
You know, I think Miss Sherry has a few game ideas she would like to share.
Today I am in my studio, and I thought it'd be a great day to play Scrabble, but I couldn't find my Scrabble game. But what I did find, parents, were these wonderful magnetic letters. So I thought I'd share with you some fun things you could do with your kids at night or while you're cooking dinner. I was just sitting here at the table and I have already kind of created my own little Scrabble game with just basic words. They can get more complex as you go down. You know how Scrabble goes. And you know, it can be done while you're cooking, while you're just sitting waiting for bedtime or before you take a bath. But just great things to do with those magnetic letters. I've even spelled out my name over here. Letters are just everywhere, and have a great time with them. You know, someone even told me about bananagrams. They say that's a great game too that you might want to pick up at the grocery store or somewhere just to play for fun. It's very similar to Scrabble, they say. I may try that. One of my favorite games right now though is Wordle, and your kids can have a great time playing Wordle. Every day is a new word, and then you can talk about what that word means and even see if you can find it in a text or a story that you're reading together. You know, parents, spelling with letters is great, but one of the cool things, especially if you have a kindergartner, first or second grader, they may spell a word and then they may sound it out. So like here I have spelled out mop, so you may ask your child to sound it out for you. Mop. And then something that really throws them off is tell them to change that first letter. And what is the new word that you have? This might be bop. 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 And then I can change that B to a P, and I now have pop. And that is always really fun to do, and it really builds that phonemic awareness that you may hear them say sometimes, but really we're just working on the sounds. So really cool, and helps build a really good reader. The best thing you can do though is read with your child, make words with your child, and just have fun spending time together.
I have to say that one of my favorite games is bingo. And if children are learning sight words, well, sight word bingo is an amazing opportunity for them to practice.
It really is. Or you could do sight word matching games with just some index cards.
So in a few short moments, we've learned our days of the week, some really fun math and reading games, how to take time and use our imagination for art.
All right, so let's move up a grade level or two and talk geography. Dr. Duke, can you name all 50 states?
I think so.
Yeah? Dr. Duke, can you name all 50 states and their capital?
I want to say I can, but I definitely don't want you to test me on it.
All right, then let me tell you, you're going to love this next song. It's written and sung by that dynamic duo at Scales. Let's end this episode with a little music.
Hey, yeah, let's get our instruments. All right. We can sing our states and capitals, north, south, east, and west. We can sing our states and capitals all across the U.S.
From the west side.
Alaska, Juneau, Hawaii, Honolulu, Washington, Olympia, Oregon, Salem, California, Sacramento, Nevada, Carson City, Idaho, Boise, Utah, Salt Lake City, Arizona, Phoenix, Montana, Helena, Wyoming, Cheyenne, Colorado, Denver, swish down that mountain, New Mexico, Santa Fe, North Dakota, Bismarck, South Dakota, Pierre? No, Pierre. Nebraska, Lincoln, Kansas, Topeka, Oklahoma City, Texas, Austin, Minnesota, St. Paul, Iowa, Des Moines?
No, Des Moines.
Missouri, Jefferson City, Arkansas, Little Rock, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Wisconsin, Madison, where the cows go moo.
Give it to us now.
Illinois, Springfield, Mississippi, Jackson, Michigan, Lansing, Indiana, Indianapolis, Kentucky, Frankfort, Tennessee, Nashville, Alabama, Montgomery, Ohio, Columbus, West Virginia, Charleston, but that's not all. Virginia, Richmond, North Carolina, Raleigh, South Carolina, Columbia, Georgia, Atlanta, Florida, Tallahassee, Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Maryland, Annapolis, Delaware, Dover, New Jersey, Trenton, New York, Albany, Connecticut, Hartford, Rhode Island, Providence, we're almost done. Massachusetts, Boston, Vermont, Montpelier, New Hampshire, Concord, Maine, Augusta. We can sing our states and capitals, north, south, east, and west. Oh, yeah. We can sing our states and capitals all across the U.S. Sing one more time. All across the U.S. All right. All across the U.S. Yeah. Hope that helps, parents. Get some songs in your kids' brains to help them learn those things.
Seriously, our teachers are so talented. I'm going to have to go back and watch that all over again.
I know. I was ready for them to start Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, and they wrote this unique song. It just shows we all think and learn differently.
Well, Mr. Bryson, this has been an excellent episode of Take 20, and thank you for joining us. And everyone out there, thank you for joining us as well. We look forward to seeing you back next month when we have another great episode of Take 20. But for now, thank you for supporting Murfreesboro City Schools, and thank you for helping us make sure every student is known, safe, challenged, and empowered. Have a great day, everyone.